Hello everyone, Automotive Jesus here. Welcome to my very first video. I decided to make a video today because I was working on the 92 Taurus SHO, doing the clutch on it, and I ran into a little bit of a problem. I broke a manifold stud. So I'm sure a lot of you have ran into this issue before, so I thought what a perfect time to make a video on how I extract a bolt or a stud. Now there are a bunch of different methods to remove a broken fastener. I'm just going to show you some of the methods that I use and some of my experience from the industry. But first, before we get started, I'm going to need you to put on your proper PPE before you start a job like this. So first thing would be my safety glasses right here. So I'm going to put these on. And next thing would be your gloves. So I have two different types. Got these snap-on ones here, and I got some latex. I prefer the latex just because I can feel my fingers and I can see stuff and feel stuff a little better than those. Those feel really clunky and big, so I'm not a huge fan. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on. Another thing you might need are these earplugs, and we'll get into those here in a minute. So I'm going to go over all the tools that you're going to need or possibly need. First thing, we got hammer, adjustable wrench, or you can get the correct wrench for the fastener. Map gas torch or propane torch, drill bit set, extractor kit of your choosing, and possibly drills. I have two different kinds here. I have electric drill and I have these air powered drills. These things are super noisy, so this is why I was saying you might need your earplugs, because if you're using these, it's really going to hurt your ears, so be careful of that. First thing I want to talk about is the two different types of brakes you're going to see. So I got here my Automotive Simulator of Science, aka Rusty Bolts in a Vise. So what I have here is two kinds of brakes. I have one that broke above the surface and I have one that broke pretty much flush with the surface. So you're going to attack these two things differently, and that's what I'm going to show you guys today. I have this kind of brake. I will go over this kind of brake later, but that's where you're going to do your drilling and everything else. This one I'm going to show you today, and it's going to be pretty sweet. Let's check it out. So let's go over here to the table and I will introduce you to some cool new tools. So the first thing I have here is a square extractor bit. These are pretty cool. I've used these quite a bit. It basically has some sharp edges here. It kind of tapers down. The only thing with these is you're going to have to do some drilling. So you're going to have to use one of your drills. You're going to have a drill bit set. Each one of these though has the specific size that you need to drill to. It'll also tell you on the package, but if you don't have the package, each bit should tell you. So you get your drill bit set, you grab the drill bit set, the drill bit that it says to. This one says 15/64, so I would grab that one and I would start drilling and make a hole. So after I made the hole, I would then tap this into my spot and I would use my adjustable wrench, okay, and I would unscrew it, okay. Actually, I want to use it this way. Here we go. And you would just extract it, okay. Pretty cool, pretty simple. That works. I'm hoping to avoid drilling anything, but we'll see how it goes. The next thing we have are these screw extractor kits here. These are the spiral type. Notice how it's got these spiral flutes on it. These are pretty cool. Same kind of thing. It tells you the drill bit size to use. So this one says 19/64, so that would be the drill bit you use. You would grab it, drill your hole again, tap this in. Then you would use your either special tool or your adjustable wrench, and you would just extract it. What's cool about these is as you are loosening it, it actually gets tighter, which is really cool. So it bites in a little harder, but I have broken these off before, and these are hardened steel, so there's no way you're going to be drilling through that if you break one of these off in the fastener. So be careful with that. The other kit I have is this extractor kit, which comes with drill bits. Pretty cool. This one comes with left-handed drill bits. Alright, and these also have the spiral extractors with them. So what you would do is you use the left-handed bit associated with the extractor. What's cool about these though is they're left-hand drill bits. So these are right-hand drill bits, these are left-hand. If you look, you can actually see the way the flutes are made, right? They're opposite of each other, so it's left-hand. So you do have your drill in reverse. Okay, so this one works the other way. Alright, and what's cool about this is as you're drilling into your fastener, you have the potential to actually bite into the fastener, and it'll actually screw the fastener out without having to extract anything. It just bites in enough and actually will unthread it, which is really cool. So as you're drilling, it might just grab enough and it'll actually pull it out easily as that, okay? Sometimes you don't get that lucky though. So this is why we're going to do this and see what kind of struggles I run into. Next thing, we're going to talk about exposed. So if you have exposed fastener, I think it's a little easier, some people not, but you can turn an exposed fastener into a broken off flush fastener. Okay, so a couple different methods we can do here. I have first vice grips. Some people like to use these. What you do is you basically just squeeze it on there and then you would just rotate it and hopefully it comes out. I haven't had a whole lot of luck with these, probably because I work on older cars and they're usually rusty and it doesn't work. So another method I have are these little spline drive sockets. So what you do with these is you take your hammer, slide it over the fastener, and hammer it down. Hammer it down enough, and then you would again use your adjustable wrench and you would just screw that off. Alright, easy as that. Sometimes these work. I've used these a couple times. They work pretty well. My favorite tool though is from AST, and it's this stud extractor set right here. Pretty awesome tool. I got this about 2 years ago. Has helped me with every broken stud that I've had. What's cool about this is they look kind of like sockets. They have little rollers inside of them. Might be hard for you guys to see. There's little rollers, and it basically works like a sprag in a transmission, which is kind of like a one-way clutch, except this can work both ways, which is really sweet. So I'll come over here to my exposed stud, and you can see it slides right over. Okay, it's got a little bit of play, but as I keep turning it, it locks on really tight, which is really cool. So I can use this to remove a stud, or if I want to go righty-tighty, I could tighten it too, okay? These are really cool because they don't really damage the threads and you're able to save the fastener if you're going to put new studs in, things like that. So this is the method that I'm going to be using, and we'll head down under the car and I will show you guys how to do this. Let's go. Okay, under the car now. As you guys can see, this stud on the right side is perfectly fine. The nut still threads on, but the one on the left is a little shorter. That is the one that broke, and this is the one we're going to be fixing today. I did lubricate these with some WD-40 beforehand, just to see if that would help. I knew I was going to have issues, but as you can see, it still broke anyway, but that's why we're going to fix it. Alright, I'll show you real quick about the vice grips. So here they are here, and it's kind of tough to get them in here. This is kind of why this is not my go-to method most of the time, just because unless I'm taking the manifold off, this is going to be a pain in the butt trying to get this thing to turn, but it could work. But I'm not going to use them for this video. Okay, next I'm going to figure out where to heat this thing. First things first though, you want to make sure that you're not going to cause any explosions or catch anything on fire. So make sure you're clear of anything that could catch on fire, wire harnesses, sensors, things like that, fuel lines possibly. So just be careful of that. Any fluids could explode. So next thing I want to do is kind of figure out where I'm going to actually heat this thing. Where I'm going to do it is actually around this flange here, right around the stud. And what's going to happen is the metal's going to expand, okay, and allow that stud to extract really easy. At least that's the theory. And here's the kit that I will be using, the AST stud extractor kit. This is a metric kit. There are metric and standard sizes. So I'm going to try it out because I want to see what size it is before I get this thing really hot. And maybe even give it a try just to see if I can get it out beforehand. So here's the right size I got here. I think it's a 10 millimeter. 10 millimeter, I'm not sure you can see that. Here you go, 10 millimeter. And if you guys will notice, this thing is a 1/2 inch drive on the back side. So let me show you that, 1/2 inch drive. So what I have is a 1/2 inch extension and a breaker bar. And I'm actually going to try to extract this thing before I heat it just to see if it'll come out. So let me just get this on here, and it's a little tight, but I'm gonna keep going. No, I don't want to go anymore, because if I break this flush, then I will have to use an extractor kit, which I do not want to use. So that means it's torch time. Cool. So like I said, I'm gonna heat it around the flange and get it really hot, and then try to use that extractor again. To see if I have any luck. Okay, this one feels pretty good. Let's see what happens here. Keep going a little bit, and hopefully, yes! Cool. Alright, it came off. Yay! Awesome. I did have some luck today. So you look here, didn't damage the threads at all. Came right out of there. It's pretty sweet. So now I can get my new stud, thread it right in there, and I'm good to go. Yay! Thanks for watching. I just want to thank you guys again for watching the video. This was my first how-to. I really appreciate the support. If you guys could like and subscribe to my channel, also leave me some comments below if there's some things I should work on, or if you want to see a particular how-to video, I could try to make one. Automotive Jesus out.